Alright, hello, my wonderful students. This is part 3 of foldable number 2. Yeah, foldable number 2. And for this one, once again, we have y is equal to the negative 3 cosine pi theta, which is a little different. We haven't had pi here before. And we're going to go ahead and just mark this out again. We have y is equal to a cosine b theta. Once again, we're going to just go ahead and write our amplitude, which is just our 3 here. That's what we have here. Remember, it's the absolute value of our a is what our amplitude is. And then we're going to go ahead and find our period. So our period is going to be related to our b. So we're going to have the p is equal to 2 pi over b. In this case, our b is pi, so it's going to be 2 pi over pi. And we can already see that the pi's reduce, which everyone's probably freaking out right now. So this is 2. Oh my god, how do we have 2? Well, it's actually easier now, because now when we do our period of 2 here, we know half of 2 is 1, half of 1 is 1/2, and then this would be 3/2. And yeah, it looks a little weird because there's no pi, but it doesn't really matter as long as we have our distance from here to here equaling 2. 1 is half of the distance here, 3 over 2 is half of the distance here, and 1/2 is half of the distance here. Okay? Once it is a sine graph, and this one has an amplitude of 3, so we go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So the distance from 0 here is actually going to be 3. Distance from 0 to 0 is going to be 3. Once again, because we are doing a cosine graph, we're going to go ahead and start this. But before we do that, let's go ahead and put our maximum dotted line and our minimum dotted line to show that we're not going to be passing those dotted lines when we're doing this. So we're going to start at 3, go down to 0, go to negative 3, go back to 0, and go to positive 3 again here. This is going to make a nice, lovely curve. Oh yeah, bam. And this is going to be our last cosine function. So this is y is equal to negative 3 cosine pi. Oh, I just realized I did not do this right. Well, good thing, right? Good thing I went up and I can check, because remember, this is negative. So this would be the positive version of y is, I guess I can do that on this color here. Y is equal to negative 3, positive 3 cosine pi theta. But we have to have a negative 1, right? So this is going to be our negative 1, which means we're going to start at negative 3, still going to be here at 0, then go to positive 3, negative 3, and then 0. So we're going to go ahead and graph this here, do a nice little curve, and bam. So this one is going to be our y is equal to negative 3 cosine pi theta. And if you notice that it actually looks the same, it's kind of like reflecting over the center point here, or the center x-axis here. So you can see that we're going to start here because of the negative. And it's the same thing if we look at the unit circle again. Just go back to this one to reference it. And on cosine, if we go here, we go from 1, but we're negative now, so we're going to start on the other side and just show that it's negative 1. So instead of starting up here, we're going to start down here, and we're going to go upwards and then downwards to graph our sine or our cosine function.